And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL Frontline Prediction League in the Trenches. I am your co-host, Scott. Joining me, as always, is BeerMe. But before I say that, this is Frontline League on Twitter, Frontline Prediction League here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Get that out of the way. Also, check out Top of the Card Pod on Twitter, Top of the Card Podcast. It's on Spotify, on iTunes, and everything there. We recorded a heart-wrenching one last night talking about Jay Briscoe. And the other news, inconsequential stuff like Stephanie McMahon and blah, blah, blah. But we spent a good 40 minutes talking about Jay Briscoe, and probably the podcast I'm most proud of. And that's even after a 2-hour one we did like a week or two ago. So stay tuned for that. It will be coming up after the Rumble. That is this weekend, and that is what we're talking about here with the FPL. Again, I am your co-host, Scott, and joining me, as always, is BeerMe. How you doing, BeerMe?
I'm doing pretty good, Scott. It's cold here, but other than that, I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm tired because I spent an hour shoveling ice before this. Well, I spent a half hour talking to you before this, but an hour before that shoveling ice. Yeah. So I'm sure some people don't even get snow in our audience, but when the plow goes by and they like edge the stuff onto your driveway, if that doesn't get cleared, it can become like ice and rock. So I was basically out there with essentially like an ice pick, but it's like a shovel thing with like almost like a hoe end, but straight, and it jabs in with a spring-loaded thing to jam through. Spent an hour working on that, and I got it mostly good. I'm super tired from that, and from all the work on the FPL stuff and top of the card stuff. Well, this is great because the Rumble's coming. It's great. No, I'm good. But you're doing good. It's a weird time, guys, right now with the whole Jay Briscoe stuff. We were very affected by it. I know people aren't going to hear our podcast stuff quite yet, but it weirdly hit us in a way that we didn't expect, and BeerMe and I really kind of compared it to Owen Hart in that sense of it was sudden, it was an accident, and he was taken from us and from his family. And he's similar, like family man like that, right? Like it's different than an illness. This was like, I hate to say it this way, but he was killed. He didn't die. Like he didn't pass. He was killed in a car accident.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we're still kind of like, it's rough. Like even now we're talking about it. It's been 2 weeks almost. No, it's only been a week and a half, even that. So, I don't want to dwell on it. We dwelled on it last night for a long time, but as always, I just say to everybody, I don't care how corny this sounds, but tell your friends and your loved ones you love them, because you never know what tomorrow is. You just don't. And it's not worth it to be like, I'll talk to them later. I'm horrible for that. I don't call my dad often enough, stuff like that. Do it. Do it.
Right.
Do it. Absolutely. And even if it sounds corny, you don't want to, who cares? You'd rather that than not get to. Right? So, that's out of the way. Anything you want to say to that, BeerMe? Just to kind of like, get that out of there before we dive into our Royal Rumble?
Yeah, seriously. If you haven't talked to somebody in a while, whether it be a friend or a family member, why don't you just give them a call and see how they're doing, tell them you love them, and stuff like that. Because I just seen a buddy the other day. I'd seen him like months on end. He's just been working on stop, and we went to and had lunch the other day, and it was great seeing him still,
And
so yeah,
I'm a horrible person for thinking like I got nothing to say, so there's no reason to call. That's still a reason.
right.
What's going on? Oh, not so much. But then you realize, I did this and that, and like it's just good to talk, good to listen. Doesn't matter. Do it.
Yeah, then you're on the phone for 2 hours, and you're like, wow, I guess I did have stuff to talk about. You know what I mean? Because you haven't talked to somebody in a while. Exactly. So
yeah, do that. Just be nice to everybody. Be nice to people. There's no reason to be negative. That's, That said, let's talk about throwing people over the top rope and one man standing. It's the Royal Rumble.
Let's do it.
And also, sorry, my voice is shot from everything right now, so I might lean on you a bit, BeerMe, here as we go through. But the Royal Rumble is this weekend, guys. It is Saturday, the 28th of January, which makes me realize February is next week, and that's terrifying for multiple reasons, because I'm 45 at the end of that month. But yeah, the Rumble is this weekend. It is 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock pre-show. That's already a thing, like, premiere pending on YouTube, I saw. And the deadline for us is 6 p.m. Eastern, so get your picks in. And you could do them right now, because the picks page is up. Here it is. It went up after Raw. Yeah, it's only 5 matches, but it's the Rumble. We got a lot of bonuses on there. Please, please, please keep that in mind. Get them in there. You could win or lose based on that. And, of course, if you're in the Rumble, make sure you get your stuff in also for that. The key thing there with the Rumble as well, guys, if somebody no-shows, we go to the reserves. And I'm trying to remember who the first reserve is. I think it was Mad Elite Titan. So if anybody no-shows, and say, I always throw it out there, if I no-show, and I was number 5, then when number 5 comes up, he's in my place. Make sense? And then say CT for some reason no-showed, but he's number 29, and that's it. Cool. The next runner up, they're number 29. Awesome. Lucky on them, but that's how it'll be. So if there's 5 no-shows, as they come up, they'll be replaced by the reserves as the order they were drawn on the video from last week. Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. So I hate to say it, there probably will be no-shows. It's just a matter of things that happens. You never know. I hope not. But I'm pretty sure if, like, Mad Elite, you'll find out pretty quick if the person no-shows. I think we'll let you know so that you know, hey, you're in the Rumble. But, don't say anything until your number comes up. Nobody knows when their number is, except for, obviously, the owners. We know what the numbers are. So, and I guess that's an obvious thing. I'm probably not number 5. Why would I have said that as my own example? Unless maybe I am number 5. That would suck if I was number 5. Maybe I am, though. Maybe it does suck. Who knows?
What if you're number 1?
What if I'm number 1? Who can say? I already lost a Rumble and I was number 30. It doesn't matter. Let's go.
Right.
By the way, if you haven't checked it out, I know the screen's weirdly zoomed in on it, but this is the Royal Rumble by the Numbers video. I'm super proud of it. It's awesome stuff. I had to redo a whole bunch of things. I got a line wrong. I called it the FPL Continental European Championship. Oops, that's not what it is. I said someone's name wrong. I said a thing wrong here. And I still got it wrong because CJ Hawk did not win at WrestleMania. He cashed in afterwards to get the world title. So Costner did win. It's a 50% at Mania. So we'll see if somebody can move that up to a 66 or drop it to a 33 after our Rumble this year. But please go check that out. I literally spent editing time. I think it was like 8 hours easy on it. I love this stuff. It's fun. But go check that out. I'm super proud of it. It's my favorite video I do every year. Please check it out. Rad did the graphics for that one as well. But the Rumble. We basically have a Royal Rumble to talk about, BeerMe. I'm not going to go over who's in it. Go watch the video, and you'll see. There are 9 surprise people out of the possible 10,
Yeah.
and I think the 10th is like the 3rd reserve. So we might have all 10 surprises in there. Granted, some of those might no-show because maybe they're people coming back. Maybe they're people debuting, and maybe they've forgotten, don't put their picks in. Right? That's the gambit we have here. We have a roster that can handle that, and you might get in there. Honestly, odds are some of those reserves will. But personally, I hope I'm wrong. I hope we have no need for reserves. No offense. I'd rather people show up and put their picks in. Saturday, 8 p.m. 6 p.m. deadline. Do them right now. It's Thursday night. Do it. So that's people who are in the Rumble. BeerMe. Who do you think is going to win it? Based on the people that you know are in it. I know a third of the Rumble are surprises.
Yeah.
Basically. So
All
I know
right,
that makes it weird, right? But
yeah. I'll give you 3 because I'm automatically going to pick Bastion.
of course you're picking Bastion, yes.
I'm going to...
So would I, and I'm in it. So
and I'm not going to pick a mystery guy, even though the odds are the mystery guy will probably win.
Because you never know. Real history shows that, but yeah. Depends on where they are, too, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
James Blake would probably be up there, the Grand Prix champion. I think that he's got a really good shot. And I'd probably go with either you, CT, or Smooth Rock as my third if I had to pick. I'd have to flip a coin, probably. But I feel like it would be like one of you 3. And throw Rate Wrestle in there, too.
Really?
Shit, I pretty much am just lining up everybody that's been announced. Yeah, anybody can win it.
Rate Wrestle's good. I also like this name and this name and this name.
Yeah.
Just so you know, BeerMe, people are probably like laughing. I turned my ring light on during you saying that. It always starts off very, very bright. So I was like, yeah, thank you for the vote of confidence. I appreciate that. Rate Wrestle is damn dangerous. That's scary. You didn't say CT and he's in it.
No, I said.
Oh, you did?
I said you.
Oh, I was too busy being blinded.
CT,
Okay.
Smooth Rock or Rate Wrestle as well. But James Blake was my number 2, I think.
Blake, yeah. Well, yeah, Escobar's not in it. Number 2.
Yeah, he's not in it. Yeah.
Escobar, I apologize, but go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, he was in the promo or the video a lot, the Rumble. So that was nice to see.
I very specifically wrote it to say that in his 2 appearances he doubled his amount. I was very specific in saying 222 as much as I could because I went, this is too perfect. I didn't even realize when I wrote it, the 2 Rumbles, that Escobar got the record of 5. And then Payne eliminated him, and he also got 5. So the first guy to get 5 got tossed by the other guy to get 5, who won the Rumble doing that. In the second Rumble, Escobar got to 5, was tossed by Red, who also got to 5, and was the runner-up who got tossed by Hawk, who got 5 doing that. I didn't even realize that until this point. I was like, wait, I had everybody who got the record or tied it tossed by the next person? And both Rumbles ended with someone getting the 5 elimination record by tossing someone who already got the elimination record prior, let alone Red tossing the original elimination record of what the heck? I didn't even realize it. It's like, that was cool. I probably didn't want anybody to beat the 5, to be honest. I think that was what I did, and Red was in there for a long time, so I got Red up to 5, but that's the only kind of like specific thing I do. Aside from me getting tossed first, that was my edict for the first Rumble. I'm like, I'm the first elimination. I will die on my sword. I'll go out first. And then we'll see what happens.
Unless you want it.
Oh, if I want it, yeah, that would have been the veto.
Yeah.
But I was like, I will be the first elimination. Like, that's the story. That's fair. The first person eliminated in the Rumble I write will be me, and everybody else is going to look good. I'll look good too, but I'll be tossed. I was in there too in that video a lot, but it's because I was only in there for 7 minutes and 2 Rumbles. That's not good. That's not good. You were in there longer with 1. God damn it. Anyway, no, I'm hopeful for myself. Obviously, I would love to win that. That'd be cool. Everybody should be saying that if they're in the Rumble. You're right. I think Ray Russell's super dangerous. I think CT is super dangerous. He went from number 2 and almost won the goddamn thing. Like, if anybody can, that's him. That's a dangerous thing. Bastion, of course.
Monkey Bottoms.
Yeah, he was like 5th reserve, right? I think. He was an Iron Man. He was the Iron Man last year. It was CT and Monkey Bong were the 2 Iron Men. So we'll see who gets that this year. Yeah. I love that there's so many new names though. It's a lot of fun to see how this is going to go. Like already, yes, I've pre-written a lot of it just because the first 10 entrants, I know what they are and I know how it's going to go down and nobody's eliminated. If one of them really suck and they get the lowest score, all right, you're getting tossed early. I'm going to rewrite some stuff, but I got to start pre-writing it and see what happens. And it's already super fun. Just knowing the order people come out and seeing what storylines can happen that do or don't already. It's like, I get to play with all the toys. It's writing up so much fun. So yeah. I don't. It's hard for me to say like who do I think will win aside from the obvious strong names because I know who number 30 is. So I'm not going to really say much beyond that. Like I'm not going to be like I think this person will win because they're going to be low on the. No, of course not. But no,
right.
The strong names like you mentioned are it. But again, I love the fact that we could literally have Mers win. I don't even know how to say his name right, but he's brand new and he could win it. Or James Blake could walk out of there as the Rumble winner and European champion. Like that could happen. And I love it. Also, I love the fact this is my favorite thing of the video. Jay White with the belt talking down to Hangman was literally how hard to kill ended. with Blake retaining over Matt. It was like I just used the clip anyway, but it was like it's Matt, it's Hangman. You just luck into these things sometimes. I wish we had the credit for that, but yeah. Who do you think, BeerMe? Because I'm not going to say anything or even respond to this. Who do you think is going to be number 1? What's your gut say right now?
The Arbiter.
Arbiter? Okay. Is he going to Iron Man it? Do you think we'll have an Iron Man? No?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the follow-up there is who do you think the Iron Man will be? Is it Bastion? Is it his time?
I think he's going to win. The Iron Man usually doesn't. Well, not usually.
Oh, maybe.
Well, sometimes does.
I mean, Cody's probably going to win the real one this weekend.
Yeah. I think the Iron Man
Because like nobody would have picked Monkey Bong. I don't mean that as an insult, but it was like he did that good. Awesome. Like he would have won it if he was later in the picks. So CT would have won it if he was number like 5. Like that's the Iron Man. So yeah.
Yeah, I want to say it'll be one of the surprise entrants.
Oh, okay, I like that. Who do you think is number 30? Is it a surprise? Is that kind of feels right for real ones, right? But
it does, but I don't know. I'm gonna say number 30 is Chappers.
Chappers, okay.
And I don't know why. I just
got a feeling. Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. I know who it is, and I'm not going to say it. You will find out who they are during the first Rumble on Saturday night. There are graphics that CT has made for it. They're different from the ones in the video, because we got 2 sets of them for this. And they will go up with the number and the name. And I still love when Matt Zion got revealed and was like, you guys got Matt? It's like, yeah, he's back. So, like, little things like that are so fun to do. Surprises are something I never thought we could do with the FPL because, everybody was here. But, yes, maybe places have closed, and maybe people have been away for a while, or maybe new people just show up. I don't know. There's lots of opportunities for things. We got more surprises than ever. What could happen? Who knows? So, that's awesome. I love that that's going to be a thing, and I look forward to those reactions on Saturday night. As of right now, I probably won't be there for part of it because I'm usually out on Saturdays, but if plans fall through, I'll be there, absolutely. So I want to. It's a Rumble. I don't want to miss it. But keep an eye out for those during the first Rumble of the night, which will probably be at 8 o'clock, and you'll see the order of entry revealed. And that process of elimination of who's left will mirror the video that we recorded, seeing the order of entry, which will be released to everybody on February 1st, proving the actual order of entry. So that's going to be fun for everybody. I look forward to that. Let's move on, though, BeerMe. Do you think that Chef Urban is going to retain his FPL World Championship, or will Josh Dionio do what he couldn't do last year and win the title at the Rumble?
I'm gonna pick Chef Urban.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because, like I said, usually when I pick JD, he doesn't win.
Oh.
And then when I don't pick JD, he wins.
Well.
But I'm gonna pick Urban because Urban's been on a roll and kind of feel like he hasn't gotten enough respect as champion.
I like that.
So I think he's gonna get a big win here.
This will be defining. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that. It's hard to pick against JD, and the safe money is probably not doing so. But I agree with you with Urban kind of needing this win to really establish, like, yeah, he's the champ. I like that a lot. I like that. That's a good one. How about the Canadian title? Do you see Escobar, our FPL Canadian champion, Sebastian Escobar, retaining in a Watson Rules match, as always? Or will Ralentando, the first ever champion, become the first ever 2-time champion?
Man, this is hard.
It's a real hard one. I'm rooting for Escobar. I want to see him in Montreal. But I kind of want Ralentando, dude, not going to lie. Like, it's the first one. But it's Escobar. He's the one I want to beat whenever it happens, so I don't want him to lose it. That's selfish.
Man. It's Rumble, so anything can happen.
Oh, yeah. 5 matches, lots of bonuses. Could be crazy. Watson Rules, though, remember. So bonuses are freaking weird. There's a lot, so they could be neck and neck.
Yeah, they've both been on a roll. I'm gonna pick Escobar to squeak it out somehow. I think Ralentando will try to win by any means.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that Escobar is going to pull it out by the skin of his teeth.
It's going to be his biggest threat, I think. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, I agree with that. How about the FPL American Championship? I am incredibly biased because I want the Midnight Rider to win this belt that he lost in the inaugural matches, because there was a draw in the first one. But TLC match, Ash, the champion, is defending against the Midnight Rider. I'm picking the Rider. I am. I think it's finally going to happen here. But what have you got?
Man, yeah.
I'm biased.
One of those
Ash he's really come out great. So
yeah, Ash beat Bastion. So I'm gonna go with the Midnight Rider as well because I kind of want to see him win the title.
That wandered down the wrong way. Sorry. Keep going.
But I would not be surprised if Ash retained because he's been on a roll and he deserves respect as a champ as well.
The reason I didn't mute it because it was only muted on Discord and it still would have recorded all my coughs. So what's the point?
Right.
Sorry, man. I apologize about that.
You're good.
All right, let's
You're
open
good.
up my next bottle of water right now. Let's go.
God
God
you gotta
damn.
believe, Scott.
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in the writer. All right, so
Right.
the title that you held, BeerMe, is now being defended. The FPL Continental Tag Team Championship is being defended by MBPA. I'm tagging you in quick. Alexander McKennedy and Dion Blade defending against the Light of the Cult, Danny the Light Jordison, and Kurt Cult. Do we see new champions? Do the Hardy Boys beat the APA in 1999, or does the APA destroy them anyway? Like that's kind of what it feels like. It's like, oh no. The MBPA came out so strong, they damn near won Tag Team of the Year based on like a 2-month run of insanity. They're great. They took the belts off the guys who had the titles damn near all year.
Yeah.
But it's the Light of the Cult. Anything can happen in the FPL, right?
That ain't no shit.
Like you like Danny when you search like who's Danny? I don't know, but I like him. Like Kurt Cult, sentimental favorite. What if they win?
Yeah, I want them to, and I feel with this card, since there's only 5 matches and there's a lot of bonuses, they
right?
could.
Yeah.
It is very like if you're defending your title at this show, good luck. I want to pick the Light of the Cult to win. I want them.
They're the underdogs. You'd make money on that bet.
Yes.
But you're gambling money on that bet.
I am going to pick the MBPA to win. I think I bet against Light of the Cult like almost every time.
Oh, it's a JD situation. Okay.
It might be, or but I've always said I wanted them to win, and they keep doing it. So maybe the Light of the Cult's going to do it. Maybe they're going to shock the world. Maybe they're going to do it. I think they're going to do it.
I love it.
You know what? It's my mind. I'm picking them.
You doing it?
I'm going to pick them to do it. Yeah,
I'm not.
I'm going to pick them to do it.
I'm not. I want them to win, but I'm not picking them.
I know.
Sorry, dude.
The more I thought about it,
prove me wrong, guys. Prove me wrong. But let's go. All right. We got the King of the Ring. 2023 King of the Ring. Non-title match because it is European champion, James Blake, facing former world champion CJ Hawk and last year's winner of the Rumble and an entrant this year as well. So CJ Hawk could literally advance in the tournament and win the Rumble in the same night. But so could Blake. Blake could advance in the tournament, walk in there as European champion and win the Rumble. Like, this is a reality that could happen.
Yeah.
I know, probably sound crazy. I'm picking Blake. I think his run is just getting started, like you were kind of saying earlier. Like, I think he's got a lot more that we're not even aware of yet. And beating Hawk round 1, damn. I think that's what's going to go down. It's hard to bet against Hawk, but
he just wins all these matches. Like these big I'm gonna pick CJ Hawk. No disrespect to James Blake. I think he's a perfect champ, and I think he's great.
But it's CJ Hawk.
Just wins these things.
Yeah,
he just wins these things.
It is.
I don't know what it is. He just does it. So I'm gonna pick him.
Next match. Former world champion James Costner versus former Canadian champion Smooth Rock. Costner is the same way as Hawk. He wins these matches. But I'm kind of leaning over on Smooth Rock on this one to upset it because I think it's still too soon on the kind of the rebound retribution situation with Costner after Survivor Series. But this could turn things around, and I would not be surprised. I see Smooth Rock capitalizing more here with the way the card is. How about you?
Man, yeah, this is tough too. I'm actually gonna go Smooth Rock here, and I don't really know why. I feel like he gets lost in the shuffle a lot, and he's really good. Like he was a really great Canadian champ for Escobar. Mm-hmm. So I think he wants to get back up and show everybody that hey, he's really good too. And no disrespect, James Costner, we know he's that good. So I'm gonna pick Smooth Rock, and I think I'm gonna pick him.
Okay. The next match is the Battle of Former World Champions because Roman Pierce won the world title and then got cashed in by Jonathan C.T. Martin, who won it. And this is, I believe, the first time they've had their rematch since. And neither have the belt anymore, but it is round 1, CT versus Pierce. I'm picking CT because it's a smaller card. Roman's good on bigger cards, if that makes sense. CT, this is a fact. When you look at the points, if it was straight up one-on-one, CT would not have won the world title that night. It was only because of the money in the night bonus. So without that, he wouldn't have won if it was a straight match. Like, think about that. So does that mean he'll win here? Yeah, it's a smaller card. I think that'll benefit him. If it was Mania, maybe not, right? It might be different because Roman actually does pretty good on the bigger ones. So, but it's also like he needs his revenge. So,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. And I mean, I don't really know. I don't really know how to go here because like I said, it's a small card, but man, those bonuses are worth a lot. If you can bank one of those bonuses, you got a good chance of winning.
If you happen to pick that, Batista comes out number 27. Holy crap! Like, right, like that kind of thing. Like, you will get points. You could literally get toward the final four just from something like that. That's how quick that can happen.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna pick Roman Pearson a little bit of an upset as well, just because I think he wants that revenge and he's gonna try to do it at any cost. You know,
feels like his first chance to really got to prove himself back to it because he never got a rematch for the title.
Yeah,
like there was a contenders match that Bastion did win. Remember, but that's
exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this tournament, we already know how good some of the people are. Like we know CT's really good. We know that Costner's really good. We know that Roman Pierce is really good. And we know that Smoothrock's really good.
Oh, they're all good. Yeah.
I'm kind of.
But who's better one-on-one?
Blake.
Right.
But I'm just going with the people that are like, maybe people have forgotten about it a little bit. And they're gonna open eyes and win. Except for Hawk. Hawk always wins these tournaments. Money in the Banks or Rumbles.
Yeah.
I should have picked him for the Rumble winner.
Oh,
Probably will.
Yeah, 2-time winner.
But,
okay, great.
Yeah.
At least he doesn't have money in the bank this time, so thank God. But
that's true.
Well, how about this one? No bias here. The last of the first round matches, it is Broken Nerd, former world champion, briefly, and former American champion, versus Bastion, 2-time world champion, and your friend of mine. I mean, you're picking Bastion, right? But it's Broken Nerd. Like, these matches rock. I love this.
Yeah, they do.
These are all good, and they're toss-ups. So,
if we're talking like just first round matchups, this kind of feels like a finals. Like if you were, like, you know what I mean? Like it could be a finals matchup.
Yeah.
But I am going to pick Bastion. I just it's
a
stablemate. But I mean, Broken Nerd. He's really good for a reason, and he wins a lot of titles. He wins a lot of matches, and I think this could be a match of the night because it's.
Yep.
It's when you get up there towards the top of the food chain. It's when everybody pulls out their best stops, and I think they're all gonna. Yeah, I think they're both gonna bring it.
I feel like Nerd is gonna upset Bastion, and I only say that because Bastion has been going after stuff and not quite getting it. So, like,
right.
I don't think Bastion's winning the whole tournament. I'm just gonna say that. But where does he get eliminated? Is it immediately? Or last, right? Yeah. Like what's more? And I feel if he's out first round, oh god, like that. That's the feeling I got. It's weird.
What we're rooting for is Bastion to win the Rumble and King of the Ring.
No,
and make everybody.
What do you mean we? What's this we? What,
happy?
What? No.
Yeah, we. Everybody, dude. Everybody.
We FB and you. Yeah.
Yeah. FB and you.
Oh god, that's a shirt. All right. All right, let's move on. We got one more main show match here. We got the Strays, Mark Harper, Michael Marsh, and Supreme Rock going against Symphony of Destruction, JJ Rocky, Sheriff Dog, and Payne. And I think, if I'm correct, only Supreme Rock is in the Rumble? Because I think both Rocks made it. I think they did. JJ did.
Yes.
But I think Supreme and Smooth did, because that was a funny thing on the wheel. Harper might have. I honestly forget. I know Marsh didn't. I know Sheriff Dog didn't. I know Payne didn't. Payne didn't, because I'm like, he's the first winner. He didn't get in. JJ didn't. So, yeah, these guys are going to look to do a lot of damage. What if they try to take Supreme Rock out? Oh god, you talk.
Yeah.
Go. Who you got? You got Strays or Symphony?
I'm gonna pick Symphony of Destruction. They've been on a roll, and all their members have been on a roll. It's kind of they got a really good faction over it.
they're kind of like the new Strays in the sense, right, where they just came in and destroyed Symphony of Destruction. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
And what do you got? Do you got me winning in a Watson Rules match, or is El Cid gonna upset me in this? Remember, I lost 2 Watson Rules matches, and then I won a casket match, and now I'm back to a Watson Rules. Like that, this should be my type of match, not the other one. But I won that one, but I lost it. What? It's a main show Watson Rules. Here we go. I've never faced El Cid. I'm terrified. Small card. I can lose this easy. I'm scared.
Yeah, especially because bonuses don't count.
But it's this time of year though. I usually do good, but oh god, no bonuses.
Oh man, you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna go watch it go to bonuses, and I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna pick you to win though. I'm gonna pick you 100%. 100% to win. I got faith in you.
All right, so that's all we got. We don't have any more announcements for matches. They'll be filled in later. So like obviously your match, GMSG, your stuff will fill in from there. We're not going to keep going down to like Vengeance Day and all that stuff because the Rumble's this weekend. It is Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. for the pre-show, meaning your 6 p.m. deadline is there. Make your picks. There's the page. Please go do it. And again, watch the video. It's a lot of fun. But bear me one more thing before we finish this out. It is something that we posted today regarding an update for Hard to Kill. So this was a thing. Basically, to go kind of the rundown of what happened on the night, as we were aware, there was a match with Giselle Shaw, Tasha Steeles, and Savannah Evans facing all 3 of the Death Dolls, the tag champs, and like the third one. But I think they freebird it, so they're all tag champ now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's Rosemary, Jessica, and Ty Valkyrie. And I was promoted for the pre-show of Hard to Kill. And then they ran an injury angle on like the go-home Impact, which would be like tonight equivalent leading up to it. Thursday night, which was recording this. So we're like, oh, maybe it doesn't happen. And then we get into that night, and it's like, well, they're not talking about the match anymore after the deadline, by the way. We're like, it's not really a thing, sounds like. And they moved the X Division match up to the pre-show. So, like, they removed the match or delayed it. And then there was, like, a backstage segment. One of them wasn't in their gear. It's like, what is going on? We all presumed the match was thrown out. And this is what's said here. This was CT wrote this with all of us kind of chiming in on it. But turns out on January 17th, they put the match up on their Impact Plus stuff and the Ultimate Insiders, whatever. And then on January 21st, it went free up on YouTube. And that's when it was discovered, like, hey, they did the match. And I remember being like, that was on the tapings. They taped stuff on Saturday and Sunday. It was probably on Sunday's tapings, or because this was like the 15th, I guess it would have been. They probably just taped it there. And then we found out, no, it was from Impact themselves. And if you watch it, it's clearly from Hard to Kill. It was taped before the pre-show. We're like, shit. Well, now what? So yeah, the owners went back and forth, basically trying to hash it out. Like, what the hell do we do with that? Like, we've had a precedent before with stuff being changed after the fact because of things, and yeah, we've had write-ups where we edited it because, oops, we did a wrong thing. Like, we put the wrong winner before, like, uh-oh, or stuff like that. Like, we edited it when clearly it's a goof up. But stuff like this, it's a way, and I know it's easier to kind of say this than type it, but it feels like the stuff that we all hate, where Sasha Banks beats Asuka because Bayley was the ref. We're like, well, that's not right. If we find out on Raw, it's been overruled. This is the actual thing, whatever. It's like, oh, okay. That's kind of what this is. We got new information after the fact. The write-up happened. You go back and you watch the 2000 Royal Rumble, The Rock won it. Yeah, but if you watch the stuff on Raw later, they show footage where actually his feet hit and Big Show won it. So Rock had to do a follow-up. So it's like that. It's like John Jones winning light heavyweight title and then failing his drug test. So like no contest. And yeah, they put the title back. It's just a thing. Like, if we learned of a match last summer had changes, we're not going to change the write-ups and rewrite history from there because maybe a title didn't happen or a title shot never got earned. And well, do we undo it and suddenly someone isn't champion and Bastion never had the belt at all? Like, no. But he's getting it, like the person gets the shot. But the actual scores will reflect it. And that's basically what's in here. So it was, I'll say it flat out, to pull that curtain back. It was a hard thing to talk about without actually talking. Text is a hell of a thing. So we got through it. It's a pain in the butt. It literally affected 2 matches, I think 3 matches actually. And obviously it's a bonus question that it was either a yes or no for people getting interfered on. But to me, it didn't matter. Like, that precedent comes up. What if JD won the title on Saturday? And then it turns out they did something that we didn't know about for a week. And February 10th, we realized, actually, JD didn't win the title. Well, he already defended it on Vengeance Day. What do we do now? Well, okay, well, the scores are what they are, and we got to do someone else getting a shot and earn it back and go from there. And Urban gets an automatic rematch because he got screwed in kayfabe and blah, blah, blah. We will try to make the most of it. I'm not saying that, this is literally the first time this really has happened for us at this level. I know back before we were running things, there was something with the Road Warrior title, I think it was, with LJ, if I remember correctly. And that was a cluster because there was literally multiple shows on multiple days. And one result chained into another and then had to be fixed. But, the fallout already happened. And I was like, well, we need to make it right. You can't just, oh, well. Right? So, I'm talking too much, forgive me. But that's the whole thing with this. It's wild because, it barely came up. Impact barely promoted it. They didn't talk about it at all that night, which is also a weird thing. They said, oh, it's going to be on the Impact Digital thing on Thursday. We'd be like, when are they taping it? When? And at least we'd be aware, but yeah. Messy thing, but it's part of what happens when you run this stuff. I still remember one of the funniest things in our brief little interim during the War Games where it was I think it was with LWPL, it was who enters War Games 5th or something. And it was supposed to be one person. They got attacked and someone else entered 5th and the last person entered, so it was out of order. It's you can never plan for this stuff. You never know what they're going to do. We got to go by the wording, got to figure it out. So that match happened that night. It affects the numbers. But, we already taped the footage. Right, I know we could edit it, but the precedent's there. What if there was a show literally? What if this was Final Battle we're learning about? And Deadline already happened. We can't, we're not going to unravel. We don't have an Infinity Gauntlet to unravel stuff, even though there's one right there on my camera. We're not going to unravel history, but we are going to make the scores reflect it. Right? I think that makes sense.
Right.
I probably confuse people even more, but if you look, you'll watch John Jones win the light heavyweight championship from Daniel Cormier if you watch that pay-per-view. If you look at the records, no contest. That's it. That's what it is. So that's what we're going with. Yeah, that's about it, though, BeerMe. And I'll say it again then. Make your picks. There's the page. Royal Rumble is this weekend. 8 o'clock, 7 p.m. 6 deadline. Please get your points in. There is always that buffer. If you're a little late, you'll have a -5. You do not want to risk that on a 5-match card. Okay? Mm-hmm. You don't want a -5 when the most points you can get for a match is 5. And if you end up doing that, you could cost yourself literally winning the Royal Rumble. So please, guys, get your picks in. Don't miss out. But hey, people who are reserves, you never know. That could happen, and someone that isn't officially on the list could win the Rumble and go to WrestleMania. Stranger things have happened. I literally just talked about one for 10 minutes. So, there you go. But BeerMe, anything you'd like to say to finish out this crazy one here on Trenches?
Just good luck to everybody at the Rumble, and we'll see you there.
I hope I last longer than 10 minutes total after 3. I hope. I was in the first one for 5 minutes, and I went literally 2 minutes exact from my entrance to the next person eliminating me. I've only been in for 7.5. I hope I make it 10. I hope so. What's it like being in double digits after 1? Huh?
It's all right.
You were 45 minutes or 50 minutes. You're close to an hour in 1, dude. You were in there for so long. You and Bastion, it was great. God damn, I hate it. He's going to pass an hour. He's going to win it, pass an hour, go to Mania, win it again, 3-time champion. I hate it. I hate him. FBU for everyone. I believe in FBU. I'm loopy. My voice is gone. It's time to finish this up. Thanks again, everybody. This is not Top of the Card. I was going to promote that as well, though. That is Top of the Card over on iTunes, on Spotify, all that fun stuff. Check that out. Top of the Card Pod on Twitter. Top of the Card Pod on Twitter is the actual words. This is Frontline League on Twitter. Frontline Prediction League on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe. Go down to our Discord. You can see our live events and react to people screaming and going nuts in there on Saturday night, and to see character chat and fun stuff in there and all this good stuff, and make your picks. So please go for that. Check it out. And yeah, for BeerMe and everybody at the FPL, thanks again. Have a good night.